Hello, everyone, and thank you so much for joining this event. We are thrilled to have you here. Today's event is titled Introduction to Kibana from Data Chaos to Clear Insights. I'm Sohini, and I'm part of the business development team here at Hyperflex. At Hyperflex, as Elastic certified partners, we help companies enhance their tech setup by optimizing Elasticsearch's search observability and security solutions. Today's discussion will give you actionable insights on Kibana. We have with us as in-house speakers and as Elastic engineers, Dhruvi and Sarvagya, who will be sharing their expertise and their experiences with us all. But before we begin, I just wanted to tell you that please feel free to drop whatever questions you might have in the chat. We have a dedicated Q&A session in the end, and we will take up all those questions then. So please feel free to drop any questions you have. Dhruvi and Sarvagya would love to answer them. And now I will let Dhruvi and Sarvagya introduce themselves. I will begin with Dhruvi. And Dhruvi, if you could introduce yourself to all of us and maybe just give us, like one fun fact about you, just for us to know you better, that would be great.
So, hello everyone. I am Dhruvi. I am Elastic engineer and Elastic certified observability engineer at here Hyperflex. I specialize in Elastic Stack, AWS, scalable monitoring solution. I design high performance observability architecture with strong focus on automation, security, and performance tuning. I enhance infrastructure efficiency, ensuring resilient and data driven operations. So that's about my technical expertise. And for a fun fact, I am a well trained Indian classical dancer. Thank you so much, Sohini, for giving me this chance to introduce myself. Sarvagya, would you go
That's
ahead and
great. Yes,
yeah.
Sarvagya, please. And a fun fact about you as well.
Hello everyone, welcome to today's webinar. I am Sarvagya Tiwari, an Elastic engineer specializing in system observability and performance optimization. So currently I'm working as a technical Elastic consultant at Hyperflex, where I design scalable solutions to improve infrastructure. And so a fun fact about me is I absolutely love playing football. And so if you are into sports, we already have something in common. Okay, now let's talk
That's
about why we,
great.
yeah.
Yes, yes, I think we can begin now. So the floor is all yours.
All right, thank you. So for this webinar, Dhruvi and I have prepared a presentation and a demo on how Kibana can help you visualize your data. Let's start with the basics of what is Kibana. So, like imagine if you have a massive pile of data and like server logs, security alerts, anything, business metrics, and you need to make a sense of it. So Kibana is the tool that helps you just do that. And it's a powerful visualization and analytics platform that works seamlessly with Elasticsearch. So you can all visualize your data in real time. What makes Kibana so special, I would say, is the flexibility. So let's break down some common use cases and scenarios where you can see Kibana really shines. So let's start with first log analytics. Let's say you are managing a web server and one day user starts complaining that the website is slow. With Kibana, you can explore your server logs to quickly identify the cause. For example, you might visualize response times over the last hours and notice a spike. So by filtering that, you can basically pinpoint the exact location for say, just say like a particular endpoint, say hyphen checkout or something. So instead of guessing, you have a clear evidence of pointing where the problem lies. Another scenario can be like security monitoring. So imagine you are a security analyst and you're using Kibana. So you could create a dashboard that shows failed logins and or attempted by IP addresses. So if you have you suddenly see hundred of failed attempts from a single IP address, that could be a sign of force attack. So Kibana helps you with spotting these patterns visually. One more thing could be like business intelligence. So Kibana is not there just for the technical data. It is great for business intelligence as well. So suppose you are tracking a e-commerce website and you are tracking the sales of it. So you could build a dashboard that shows your top selling products, your revenue trends, etc. So with Kibana, you can spot these trends and identify the particular product categories that are driving the most sales. I would say why use Kibana. The best part about Kibana is that it is designed to be user friendly. Even if you are not a technical guy, even if you are not familiar with complex query languages, Kibana provides a really nice, really nice tools to filter data, build dashboards, and uncover insights. Yeah, so before we dive in, I think this would be the perfect time that I show you the demo side as well. Just give me a sec. So yeah, I believe you can see the Kibana server here. So we have created a Kibana server and I'll be using it to get you familiar with the UI. So when you basically first log into Kibana, you will land on this home page. This act as a starting point and offer multiple shortcuts to the key features. On the left side, you will see the navigation panel, which has powerful features like analytics, or you can say Elasticsearch, security, management, etc. Analytics is for visualizing and analyzing your data. Elasticsearch is basically a powerful search and analytics engine. Security right here is for managing access control and protecting your data. And management right here is for handling your index and saved object and more, many other things. And don't worry if this sounds a little overwhelming at first, but today we'll be focusing on just first and foremost the Kibana analytics. uh, so let me just redirect to my presentation. Yeah. So the reason we are starting with Kibana Analytics today is simple. It's the foundation for understanding your data. The main or key purpose, I should say, of Kibana. So mastering this will empower you to create meaningful visualizations and you can create nice metrics. You can uncover those trends that I was talking about. And even if you are new to Kibana, don't worry. We will guide you through the basics step by step. And by the end of this session, you will be confident enough to build your own visualizations and dashboards. All right. So before we dive into the magic of Kibana visualization, we first need to talk about where our data and basically is and how do we access it. So that brings us to two key concepts, indices and data views. So before I dive into these, let me ask, are you guys familiar with the concept of indices and data views? You can just type a simple yes or no in the comment box.
Yes. Yes. Two
Hmm.
people have said yes. Three, four.
Nice, nice. All right.
Yes.
If yes, it's great. It's nice to know that. If not, don't worry at all. I'll be sure to explain it quickly. Real nice. So to begin with, let's talk about where our data is stored, which is an index. So an index is in Elasticsearch is basically a collection of documents that share a similar characteristics. Like you can think of it as a database in our traditional, relational system or a folder in a file system. It is pretty much the same. And each index here has a name, and this name is how you refer to that index when you are searching, you're analyzing for your data, and you're visualizing. For example, if an index has a name of logs hyphen web server, so that might contain all your web server logs. Simple as that. And so when I talk about documents, each document inside an index is stored in a JSON format and it includes various fields. For instance, a document in log web servers may have fields like timestamp, URL, status code, etc. These are just examples. But yeah, you get the point. So I will now quickly show you where our index is in the demo. This will be the perfect time. Okay. So let's go to the home. So our indexes is in the management option right here in index management. But you can use the search option of Kibana. We have this search bar. You can just type index management right here if you're new, and it will just redirect you to the index management nicely. As you can see, it has all these different options: indices, data streams, index templates. But like we are particularly like we just need to know about indexes right now. So indices, you can see here are basically the list of all the indices we have on our cluster. I can quickly show you an example. Let's say Kibana sample data flights. If I open this, this is basically an index. In the overview, you will see the storage size of it, the primary storage. You will see the status, it is as open and healthy. In the mapping, you will see all the fields that are present in this. And along with the fields, you will see the data type of the field as well. So if we talk about anything specific like average ticket price, you will see a float data type attached to it. Basically, if you see a cancelled field, you'll see a Boolean type attached to it. So you can see the mapping here. And if I talk about settings, settings has basic settings of that index. You can see number of shards here. You can see which lifecycle policy it is attached to, and many more things. And statistics has all the stats of that index, like how many documents we are indexing, and if there are any deletes and in failure index or failure ingestion. So it will tell it right here. But we don't have to dive that deep in here. We just wanted you to get an idea of an index. Similarly, now I will direct you to the second key concept, which is the data view. Now, in Kibana, when you want to access and explore your data, you don't have to query the indices directly. Instead, you can create something which is called a data view. Now, a point to remember here, it was previously known as index pattern, but now it is data view. Think of it as a guide that tells Kibana where to find our data and which data we need to see. So we'll just create a data view and we'll see that data onto the discover. We'll come to the discover later. But yeah, let me just quickly show that in the demo as well. We can definitely, so the data view comes in the management part is also, you can just go to the management right here. It is the data view, but you can definitely just search it. It will be easier. So you'll see all the data views that are there right now in your cluster right here. You can see I have created a Kibana sample data flights here as well. I'll use that as an example because we have seen the index of it. So if you see, for example, imagine you are having multiple logs and you have multiple indices like logs hyphen web server, suppose for your web server data, log hyphen database for your database queries, anything, log hyphen apps for your application logs. So what you can do, you don't have to create a data view for each one of them. You can create a single data view instead of creating the individual views for each. You can just call it logs hyphen star. As you can see, it is already here. So the wildcard act as something that will let Kibana know automatically and include all those indices that will start with log hyphen. For example, I'll just open the Kibana sample here. You can see this is our data view. This is the name of the data view, Kibana sample data flights. The index pattern it is attached to. If you remember, the index name which we saw in the index management was Kibana sample data flight. So the pattern here is same. So this data view will basically show all the data in that index. You can see the same fields are here, the same info, the average ticket price, and of course the type as well. You can see all the fields here as well, and you can see some additional info such as whether it is searchable or aggregatable as well. So this was all about data view. Now, you might ask, why are we creating this data view? Basically, creating a data view is crucial because Kibana uses it to understand the structure of your data, including which fields are available, their data types, as you can see, and which field represent timestamp or for time-based data analysis, etc., etc. So yeah, that was all about data views. When we are done with these two concepts, we can move on to one of the main feature, which is, and one of the best feature of Kibana, which is discover. So discover. So once you have defined your data view, you can explore your data using the discover feature in Kibana. Now, discover is a powerful feature that allows you to view raw data, display individual documents directly from Elasticsearch. You can apply filters and search. You can use something known as KQL, which is Kibana query language, to apply filters and refine your data. We will deep dive into this in the demo as well. But yeah, you can also add columns. You can select and arrange specific columns. So there is field level customization. You can also save searches here. Any search that you might find very useful will be saved here. You can also export your data into CSV. So I'll quickly show you the discover feature in Kibana. So let's just redirect. Yeah, you can find the discover in the analytics part right here. Let's just click on this. You can definitely search it here as well. So you will see this is our discover page. Now, so uh, let's start with, so there are basically four sections right here, the four main sections of discover. At the top, you can see you can create queries right here in the search bar. You can add filters here as well. Below that query bar, yeah, in the right side, you can also see the time range for which you want the data. Currently, it is in last 15 minutes. I can choose many options, last 30 days, let's suppose. So you can see that. Below this, there is a date histogram that tells us all the ingested data over time. And you can see on the left side there is all the fields that are present in your data, and you can see the data view here, right? So we basically now know what the data view is. So I will just quickly select the data view that we talked about, Kibana sample data flights, and you can see all the fields like average ticket price, cancelled, just right here, and you can see all the data right here as well. So yeah, so if you are seeing all the fields, you can just click on the field and it will show you all the common values, top 10 common values of it, and their distribution as well. Now, one more thing, you can use the visualize button to visualize this field, but we will talk about that later. The visualization part will come in this webinar, but yeah, we can talk about that later. After this, below the histogram, you can see basically there is a table. Let me just arrange it a little better. I think, yeah, no, that will not. Yeah. So you can see there is this table where all the documents are present. We call this the document explorer table. But yeah, this has a lot of nice features, like you can customize it, you can show all the fields you are interested in. Suppose I just wanted to see average ticket price, I'll quickly just drop it here, drag and drop, and we'll see just that. It has a timestamp field by default, so you can just remove this as well. But yeah, all the fields that you need can come here. It is really nice and really quick. You can see all the fields right there. But yeah, and if you want to remove them, you can just click on this X, and you can get the whole document right here. And of course, you can just click on this double-headed arrow to expand a single document. Let me just remove this. Yeah. So the whole document is now with the field and the value is present like this. You can of course search for any of the fields. Suppose I want to search for average ticket price, it will be there. You can even search for any of the values. Suppose I want to search for London. So I'll just search for London, and all the value that has London present in it will be here. So this is a nice search bar present over here. There is an option of viewing a single document. Just click on it. You will see this document in a new tab, like nice in detail. So there is an option of that. Yeah. So that is something about the document explorer. Now, one more thing which you can do here, which is really nice, is you can search right here with anything you want. You can add filters, anything. anything. Like suppose I just wanted a value of 200, I'll just type it, I'll just update it. For now it is not there, but yeah, you can search anything right here. Let's say I'll pick up a common value. Let me just update it again. Suppose I want a filter on 829 value of average. You can just simply click on this plus sign and it will add a filter of that, and it will just show you the values which has average ticket price as $829, which is really nice. You can add multiple filters like this. So there is an option of adding a filter explicitly like this as well. You can select a field nicely. Suppose I am selecting a, let's say, cancelled or not cancelled, let's say a destination, and whether that destination exists or not. So simply I'll add that filter. It will break it down. It will find the documents with, currently I'll just remove this filter, so you'll see all the documents that has the destination. So you'll see that nice and quickly. So this filter is a really useful way to like this feature is a really useful way to add filters. You can simply just select the field, add different operators, and you're good to go. But you can also use the cake wheel that I've talked earlier. You can just use, suppose I wanted to see average ticket price equals 100. um it will not be there, but yeah, let's say, let's pick up one of the values. mm, let's say 100.02. You can just do that right here as well and just update. Oh, I think the dollar sign should be there. No, so I'm not sure, but yeah, could be that this is stored in keyword and I'm searching it on the number side. But yeah, you get the point. So let's say we are searching for something. Let me just update it. Yeah, just add it. Okay, so we can just create this filter right here as well. You can just type, and it has a nice autocomplete feature that will basically help you. Like if I'm typing AVG, it will autocomplete me and give me a field name right here. So this is a nice feature as well. Other than that, there is something as safe searches. Suppose you have this search like destination exist and average ticket price as this, and this is a really useful search for you. And you don't have to, like, you don't want to add all these filters again and again. So you can simply just save this search. Suppose I'm saving, you can just click on the save button, and I'm saving this search. You'll just give it a title, say, my save search. You can add a description right over here. You can add any tags that you want. And if you want to store the time of this saved search as well, like this time range, you can just click on this and it will show you the same time range. But if you don't want that, you can just toggle this off and just click on save. So it will save my saved search. Now, if I just remove this filter and I don't want to apply them manually, I can just simply open them by clicking on this feature, this file folder right here. And you can see my saved search is there. It has some default searches as well, but yeah, I can just click on this and it will redirect me to destination exist and average ticket price as this, which is a really nice feature. Other than that, there is one more really nice feature. Suppose I just remove this searches. You can also export your data. You can definitely give the link to someone, but if you don't want to do that, you can just create a CSV of this. Like if you can just click on generate CSV, it will create a CSV. URL may change if you upgrade. This is just a warning that it provides that if you are giving the URL, it might change. But yeah, you can just generate a CSV and provide it to anybody. It will just download it in your device. So yeah, this was all about Discover. And all right, that wraps up my part. Now, to take things further and to dive into how visualization and dashboard works, I will hand it over to Dhruvi. Dhruvi, over to you.
Thank you so much, Sarvagya. That was so insightful session. Um, I'll share my screen. Give me a moment. I hope that my screen is visible to everyone.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Thank you so much. So, before directly diving into what visualization are, let's consider this simple scenario where I have thousands of log data and I need to detect any anomaly or some trend over the time just by looking at that log data. So, I would definitely get bored, right? Nobody in the world want to go through every log or write complex query. What I prefer is rather having a pictorial form of data and visualizing everything in one go. Uh, Fun fact here, humans process visual information 60,000 times faster than any textual information. That's where the key strength of Kibana comes into picture. Kibana is specially designed to create powerful visualization. So there are multiple types of visualizations that are available. You can fully customize these visualization based on your needs. So data visualization is very crucial because raw data is often complex, high volume, and difficult to interpret directly. So a proper visualization helps you in quickly understanding any sort of data. Instead of scanning through thousands of rows and tables, a graph can instantly convey any trends, patterns, or any outliners in your data. It helps in detecting trends and anomalies. Line charts, bar charts, graphs, heat maps can reveal trend over the time, helping any organization to monitor their key performance indicators. And anomaly detection becomes much more easier when you can see sudden spikes, dips, or any unusual patterns stand out visually. It helps in improving decision making as it helps business leaders, IT teams, and analysts to make informed decisions really quick. Real-time dashboard, they ensure that issues are caught and addressed proactively even before they escalate. It helps in better communication and reporting. Visual reports are easier to present to stakeholder. Complex analytics can be shared in an intuitive way without even requiring deep technical expertise. So even if you know how Kibana works, if you know how to write query, or even if you don't know anything about any technical stuff, you are good to go. You can just see those reports and you can quickly understand if there is anything wrong with your data. How does Kibana help in data visualization? So, Kibana is designed specifically for visualization and exploring data that is stored in Elasticsearch. It makes data visualization effortless by offering a wide range of visualizations. Kibana provides you bar charts, line charts, pie charts, donuts, map, geo visualization, tables and matrices, and a number of things that you can work with. It helps you in making real-time interactive dashboard. So Kibana allows users to combine multiple visualization into one dashboard, providing a real-time and a holistic view of your data. Users can apply filters, date range, and drill down dynamically into any to analyze any specific time range. For an example, a security analyst monitoring a Kibana dashboard might notice a spike in failed logins attempt from a specific country and can immediately drill down into the logs to investigate that further. It offers no code or low code visualization. So Kibana Lens provides you a drag and drop functionality that you can create charts without even writing any complex queries. Users can switch between multiple visualization in real time to find out the best way to represent their data. It is ideal for businesses where users don't have a deep expertise of Elasticsearch queries. It also provides customization and alerting. Kibana visualization can be customized for colors, labels, advanced aggregations for any sort of insight. I mean, definitely, if I'm making a visualization, I want it to be customized to an extent that it fits me perfectly. Threshold-based alerts can be set up so that the teams are notified when any anomalies occur. It works with multiple data sources. Kibana can ingest different sources like logs, business matrices, security events, cloud monitoring data, system matrices, and unify them into a single view. This helps organization to correlate different types of data from linking an application log with an user activity data for troubleshooting. So let's go ahead and let's make our first visualization together. I hope my screen is still visible.
Yes, we can still see your screen.
Amazing. So you just have to navigate to the Visualize Library tab over here. Here, Kibana already provides some predefined visualizations that you can take reference from. But since we are making everything from scratch, I'll just navigate. You just have to navigate to the create visualizations here. Here you see options like maps, lens, and custom visualization. So if I go to custom visualization, here it gives you a space to write your own query and create custom aggregation. But since we have the feature of lens, so I'm just gonna go with that. So once I click on Kibana lens, I have an option of selecting a data view on which I have to create a visualizations. So I'm going to select Kibana sample data flights from here. Here it shows all the available fields, meta fields, whatever you want to work with. So once I select, so here I can see there are 28 available fields. So since this is a flight data, let's go ahead and create something that is origin country from where the flight took off and was the flight delay. So I'm just gonna click, drag and drop here. Cool. So this is a bar chart. Kibana offers you n number of multiple visualizations that you can use according to your use case. For now, I'm gonna go with bar charts. So I have selected bar charts over here. You can choose stacked, unstacked percentage. So stacked, not up to my liking. So I'm gonna go with unstacked ones. Right. Here you can see in Italy, there were 127 flights that were not delayed. That is, flight delay is a Boolean uh, field. So it is going to give you value as true or false. False, that is, flight was not delayed. True, if it was delayed. So we can see the green ones is false. That is, 127 flights were not delayed and 45 flights were delayed for Italy, USA, Canada, Japan, China, and few other countries. So that's how I have created a basic visualizations. Here you can see a drop down that says suggestions. Here you have a few more suggestions that Kibana automatically gives you. You can choose something from here that has heat map, country wise, divided by country, tree map, mosaic. Here you can see how many percentage of flights were delayed for these particular countries and how many were not. So I'm still gonna stick to bar charts and I am just gonna save this. Now, when you are trying to save, you just have to go ahead and give a title that is flights delay by country. Add a relevant description according to your need. Next, it is going to ask you to add it to a dashboard. Now, if you have a pre-existing dashboard, go ahead and select the dashboard from the drop down. Right now, I don't. So I'm just going to go ahead and create a new dashboard. Save and go to the dashboard. Okay. So this is the visualization I have made. Again, this is my space. So like I said, I can take the ownership and move my visualization to whatever place works best for me. Change the size or whatever you feel like doing here. You can click the settings button if you want to change the name of the title of the visualization I mean, flight delay by country. No, I don't want it to look like that. Maybe I'm gonna change it to top 5 countries with flight delay. I think that makes better sense. So I'm just gonna apply it and voila. Here you see the name has been updated. Now, I need to change the color, but I don't want to go deep inside to that board Kibana lens again. So that's what it offers. You can just click on the edit visualization over here, click on the breakdown. Here you have the color values, color options. You can choose anything that works with you, whatever. So yeah, this is what I like better. Okay, so let's stick to this one. Go back and apply and close. Your visualization is again updated to your needs. I'm gonna save this. Now this is gonna be saved into my dashboard. So now I'm gonna give my dashboard a name. So let's say um, lights dashboard. Let's stick to this for now. Again, as Sarvagya also mentioned earlier, you can save this with a particular time, but I don't want to do that right now. So I'm just going to go ahead and save. Also, one thing that I forget, you can add tags. You can have multiple tags like flight data, delay, or whatever. For operational data, you can have a tag. For monitoring data, you can have a tag. So yeah, you can go ahead and create a tag and add your dashboard to that specific tag. So I'm just gonna go ahead and save this one right now. Right. So now whenever I navigate to dashboard, I can see my flights dashboard, and once I open, I can see my visualization right here. You can add multiple visualizations to this particular dashboard. Now let's do maybe origin city name and cancel flights. Again, I'm gonna go for unstacked, or rather, let's go for lines at this time. Okay, I can see London, Rome, Osaka, Seoul, and yeah, other countries. So again, I want the color to be different. I mean, it's according to your liking, whatever works best for you, whatever you feel like, you can just play around and yeah, make this work. Okay, again, I'm gonna save and return. So I have added another visualization to my dashboard. I'm gonna save this. Again, please remember to save this, else you lose your visualization. So yeah, cool. So now that we have learned about some basic visualizations, let's go ahead with some advanced visualizations. Right. So beyond simple bar charts, pie charts, Kibana offers more advanced visualization types like lens, maps, and time series analysis and multi-layered. So one of my favorite features is the lens. Definitely, this allows me to do really easy drag and drop creation of charts. I can quickly change data perspective without even writing complex queries. Another powerful feature is geospatial maps, which are perfect for tracking any location-based data, such as security threats, regional sales performance, or anything. So I'm again gonna go ahead and create another visualizations. You just have to type map here and go to map analytics. It again comes with some predefined sample maps, but I'm just gonna go ahead and create one. So you can see the world map over here. I'm gonna add a layer here so that I can see world countries. So I am just gonna select EMS boundaries here. I'm gonna select world countries so that I have segregated everything. Okay, here we have options of colors, but I'm not gonna do that right now. I'm gonna work on joins first. Okay, so my country has two characters, so I'm gonna go with ISO alpha 2 code. The right field is gonna ask you for a data view you're working on. So I'm working on Kibana sample data flight, so I'm gonna select that. Next I want is origin country. So yes, that's what I have. I'm gonna go ahead and add a filter. You can click on the edit button, go ahead and add a filter. Now I only want data for United States. I do not want to work with any other data. So I can type as origin country equals US. Okay. So I'm just gonna keep the changes. Right. This is one layer of data. Now you can make multi-layered data. I can add a layer over here, and now maybe I want a heat map. I want to know what areas or what airports have the most amount of traffic. I'm gonna go ahead and select again my data view. Cluster field is origin location. I'm gonna add and continue. And again, we have this heat map where we can clearly see Croatia. No, whatever this country is has has more traffic than other countries, where the dark blue gives us the least amount of traffic, and as we move towards red it gets higher. So here when we talk specific about USA, we again have many points over here. If you hover over here, you can see the number of flights. Data here you can see. We have 128 flights from New York. We have again 128 flights. So yeah, I mean, you can customize this according to your needs. You can add layer by layer, whatever, till you get the best map that you have been wanting to work with. Here also we have filters. You can still filter your data for a specific region. You can filter by destination, maybe origin country, maybe China this time. You can. Okay, let's do Canada. Oh, this is China. Okay. So here I'm specifically getting data for China. I can see what airports have more traffic. I can see Shanghai having much more traffic than Taiwan. So yeah, that's how this thing works. I'm gonna keep the changes. I'm gonna save this over here. I'm gonna give a title that light traffic data. Add a relevant description here. And now since I already have a dashboard, I want this to be added to a specific dashboard. So yeah, I don't have it here. So I'm gonna go ahead and create a new dashboard, save and go to the dashboard. I can see my visualization over here. So like Lens, we use, so like previously I explained, you can directly open if you want to edit any map or any visualization, you can just go ahead and click on the edit part. And this window is gonna open up for you for easily changing or updating any sort of data. So once we make all these visualizations, we let's now talk about the dashboard parts that we have been saving all this data to. I'm sure you must be confused. So what dashboard is? So a dashboard in Kibana that allows us to combine multiple visualization into a single interactive view. I mean, this ability of Kibana that lets you create a visualization is fine, but I do not want that every chunk of visualization is stored separately. And if I want to monitor something, if I want to look something, I have to go again and click, look at some thousand visualizations to get on one conclusion. So it's better for me, for as a user, so that I can see everything into a one pane of glass. So that's where dashboards come into the picture. It is a well-designed dashboard, helps you to monitor trends, detects anomalies, make data-driven decision in real time. It just combines multiple visualization present in any better way, in more interactive and meaningful way. Instead of just looking at log data, raw data, scattered points, dashboard brings actually everything together in a single view, making us easier to analyze and interpret data. So some of the key benefit of dashboards is it gives you more unified data view. Instead of switching between logs, matrices, reports, Kibana dashboard just consolidates everything into one go. So for an example, for a website performance dashboard can show traffic trends, top visited pages, response times, server errors. So this allows users to spot correlation between different data sources instantly. It also provides interactive data exploration. So Kibana dashboards are highly interactive. User can apply filters, date range, drill downs, and queries to analyze the specific aspects of any data. Also, it provides you real-time monitoring and alerting. So it automatically refreshes dashboards to show the latest data. If a metric crosses a predefined threshold, it can alert and notify the relevant team members. Um, it also helps in visualizing complex relationships and trends. So a dashboard can help uh, uncover hidden patterns in large data sets. For example, a customer purchase behavior over a certain period of time, login versus failed attempts for authentication. It can help us detect any brute force attack on a system, product performance by region using a geo map. So, I mean, yeah, Kibana dashboard can simplify complex data, making it accessible for all the decision makers who may or may not be technical experts. So, let's go ahead with the dashboard now. Mm, So, yeah, I'm just going to save this. Okay. So I'm gonna go again to dashboards. I'll just navigate to the dashboard. Here, since we only have two visualizations, I have some predefined dashboard that I'm gonna work with for now. Here is that. So what I was trying to explain here was you can select any given time range to filter out your data. This doesn't has to be from the starting whenever you started ingesting data in your index and then you started visualization. You don't have, I just need like in last 24 hours, what was the percent of, I mean, how many flights were delayed. As of now, I do not have any data here. So I'm just gonna stick to last 90 days. So yeah, in last 90 days, there were 13,014 flights, out of which 25.1% were delayed, 12% were cancelled. And that's how easy it is for me to analyze what is going wrong if in my system, or if there is something that needs your urgent attention. So yeah, that's how you can create multiple data, multiple visualizations. Here is another example of heat map. Yes, it also shows that again more traffic that has bigger circle and it's red in color, and the airports that do not have traffic that much has a slighter lighter color and a lighter circle. So yeah, this is a pie chart that has number of delays, carrier delays, reasons for delay, basically. So yeah, that's that. I have another a dashboard already prepared that has shipping data. So let's take a look at that as well. Right. So here we have, I made this to get the net profit over the period of 1 year, total shipment that was sent, out of which how many were delayed, um, on time percent, delay percent, and in transit percent. Then here I have a heat map. This is a outbound country, exporting country, and importing country, number of, I mean, the maximum profit that they made. Then we have a world map that shows us the type of cargo that I can see. Here, Brazil has food products, and Argentina has oil. India, I can see furniture. So yeah, I mean, that's how visually appealing it is. I can just look at the data and I can easily gain some insight, or I can easily create business report based on this without drilling down deep into logs and datas and database and creating complex queries. So yeah, you can filter out data from for any time frame from here. You can suppose delayed shipment. If I click delayed shipment, I'm gonna see the net profit, total shipment. Here it says 17 because that's what delayed shipment is. It is going to filter, so the delayed filter is going to apply to all over the dashboard, and I'm going to see the data that is specifically related to delayed shipment. I can see that general merchant goods were there were, I mean, 41% general merchant goods that were delayed. There were 29% retailer goods and everything. You can just um, cross this filter and you can go back to your original dashboards. So yeah, that's that for the dashboard part. I am gonna, yeah. So not so when it comes to creating dashboard, I mean, it is very important to know what exactly do you want your, what exactly do you want to visualize. I cannot just blindly go ahead and do some I can just drag and drop field. I mean, that data won't even make any sense to me. So as best practice, I would suggest that make sure what exactly that you want to visualize, what aligns best with your business needs. And what I showed was just for some, commercial data, that was flight or shipping data. But what the best part here is, we can also monitor our own system matrices. I can see my CPU usage, memory usage, or logins, SSH into my system in one pane of glass. So if there is any CPU threshold breach, so I can figure it out even before it does any harm to the users. Or if my disk is running out of memory, I can just see it right away, so I can troubleshoot it immediately without taking any risk. So yeah, that's all for my part. Thank you so much for listening.
That was so good, Dhruvi and Sarvagya. It was so insightful. As someone who's not from tech, I think I have definitely learned a lot. And I'm sure our viewers have also learned a lot as well. So thank you so much for that. What we will quickly do now is we'll quickly move to the Q&A section. I know we are a little over time, but we have a lot of questions, so let's cover them. Um, so let's cover Shravani's question. I hope I pronounced your name correctly. How licensing works for Elasticsearch. I know it has been answered, but maybe we can just have like a discussion, a small discussion on it.
All right. So I have already provided the links for different types of license, as Elasticsearch offers, multiple licensing model. So basically, all the common features are there in the basic and free and open one. But if you are looking for, cross cluster replication or alerting or some of the advanced feature, then there are other license as well, like gold license, platinum license. You'll find that in the link in all the features that it is providing and all the details that is needed. So yeah, I think that should clear up the doubt of licensing.
So is it based
Okay.
upon the usage of volume, the payment?
No, so it is not based upon the volume. It is just there for features only. You can basically have the basic and free open one and have a lot of nodes in that, but you will have certain features not available in the basic one.
Okay. So what about the data utilization? So the licensing part coming to the data. So if I send like huge amount of volume, for example, like a terabyte of data into Elastic, so that reflects the licensing, right?
I'm sorry, could you repeat that?
So basically, my question is, I know it's related to the that you're talking about the Kibana part, the monitoring part, and the licensing. It's a open source, but the question that
Mhm.
I am asking is about the data ingestion into the Elastic. So the is there any limit that how much
I
data we
don't
can
think
ingest
so.
into the Elastic?
Uh, mhm.
Yeah.
So there is no data volume limit specifically. There is just that it provides some core features in the basic plan and some advanced features in the other plans like Growth Platinum, Enterprise, and other. But I don't think there is a limit for data volume here. That is one of the main reason it is different from Splunk. I think there it is, I think volume based data ingestion limit, but in Elastic, I don't think there is one.
Okay. So basically, we are paying the license for the usage of Kibana, not the Elasticsearch or the ingestion of the volume and all of the data.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Okay, okay, got it. Thank you.
So actually, license is based on the number of nodes you use, not exactly on the data volume.
Okay, okay,
Yeah, I mean, it is not based on the ingestion. It is based on the nodes and the
right.
features that you are having. Yeah.
Okay, okay, okay. That answers my question. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Next, we'll take up Huda's question. She has asked, how is this different than Splunk?
Yeah. I think there are a lot of differences. The main one is that this is open. I think that is someone answered that. Uh, Other
Yes,
than
Splunk is
that,
not open source.
hmm and Kibana offers, more structured JSON-based querying, and Splunk is like more syntax intuitive, I should say. But yeah, and Kibana is better for visualization as well. You can also visualize complex nested data structures, but in Splunk, I think it is not very easy to create those. I'm not the Splunk guy here, but from what I know, I think that's the case. Mm,
So basically, Elasticsearch gives you much more wide customization options. And
mhm.
also Splunk charges as your data grows, which Elasticsearch doesn't, or maybe Elasticsearch offers you much more wider options so that you can do the cost cutting according to your data. You can use all the ILM policies. So that is something that Splunk doesn't and Elastic does.
She also has a follow-up question. Does a node have limit to data ingestion?
Ideally, it does.
Yeah.
We can do around 50 GB of data is what I think. But Sarvagi, you can explain that better.
Yeah, so there is a recommended size. So every node, as Dhruvi says, should ideally contain 50 gigs of data, and that is what it is recommended. So yeah, there is a limit on node sizing.
Okay. Harshit is asking, how do we get filtering option of each field of data on Kibana based on ascending and descending order of insertion of data?
Okay, so I am assuming you want to sort the data based on, insertion of timing or something like that. So there is an option of sorting the data based on either timestamp on it or any other field that you want. You can easily do that in Discover. You'll see, let me just quickly show it to you as well. Yeah, so there is an option of sorting the fields based on either timestamp, or you can use any other field as well. So for example, if I want to see average ticket price, let's just drag and drop it here. And you can use that as well. Like you can use to sort average ticket price as well. And you can even drag and drop for priority as well. So high to low, low to high, and high to low. You can sort it based on any of the fields available in the column, and you can see your data based on that.
Neeraj has asked, this is great for JSON data, looks impressive, but can I also use this for relational based data?
So no, unfortunately, we only use the documents in JSON format right here in Elastic. Uh, we cannot use it, but we can definitely like change it to table and convert it to CSV. But yeah, we cannot create a relational database right here.
There were some questions that I have missed. Yes, can we use joins between multiple indices?
Could you explain that question? Like, what do you mean by join between? Like, do you want to join two indices into a single index, or uh, what are we talking about right here? So there is one thing that we can do. We can create it's a called enrich policy, and you can add another data from another index to a single index. We can join it based on that, but I'm not sure about a specific SQL join. Dhruvi, do you know that?
I
Uh,
guess you can use ESQL for specific joining queries like you use in SQL.
Yeah, of course. There is this new feature that Kibana is providing now. It is of ESQL. It is similar to SQL. You can use joins and table and everything there, and you can see the data like we usually see in any of the SQL database. So yeah, you can use that. I just wanted to mention there is this nice question that Naman asked whether we can use Kibana independently of Elasticsearch. So for everybody, we cannot use Kibana, aside from like without Elasticsearch, because it relies on Elasticsearch to index, to search, or to analyze data. Like it is the backend engine. So yeah, we have to use both of them together.
Okay.
I would like to
Harshit,
add that if you want to
yes.
add any data outside Elasticsearch, or you want to use Kibana specifically, you can import your CSV file or any JSON file directly. You can into an Elasticsearch index, and then you can visualize that data into Kibana. But there is no direct plugin as such.
Harshit has asked again, can you please give some overview on index life cycle? Like some index, I want to put data for 6 days and some for like 6 months. How can we do that?
Okay. Yeah. So there is this concept of index lifecycle policy in right there in Kibana. I can quickly show it as well. So that will be easier for everybody else too. Uh, I'm assuming you can see my screen. So right here in stack management, you can see index lifecycle policies. Basically, this helps your index. You can basically decide how your data should be separated in hot and how much you want a retention of your data. So if I just quickly click on create policy, let's just name it demo. Right. So you have different types of nodes here: hot node, warm node, cold node, frozen node. So every node has its specific use case. If you have your data in the hot node, as you can see, it is used for, when you are searching it very frequently, you need it quickly, and it is writing right now. So it should be in hot phase. If you move it to warm phase, you can see the data is one phase. It's likely to get searched, but in frequently to need to be updated. Like you are not using it in right phase, but you are searching for it. Similarly goes for cold phase. When you are searching it really less and you don't need to update it, you move it to cold phase. Similarly for frozen phase, you move the data to frozen phase for long-term retention. So there are these different phases for your data retention, and you, based on this, you decide how many. Basically, based on your use case, you decide how which data should be on which phase. So if I talk about hot phase, suppose you want to keep it in. So the recommended settings tells you to roll over it after 30 days, or if any primary shard reaches 50 gigs. But you can definitely tweak this. You can decide the maximum age to be 6 days in your particular use case, and keep this at 50. So it will be 6 days in hot phase. Then you can directly transfer it to the delete phase as well. If not, you want it to, like, you want to search your data after 6 days as well, you can keep it in frozen or cold, anything. So based on this ILM policies, you can manage your data retention, and you can keep your data in specific phases based on this. And after that, you will just save this policy. You will attach this policy to a specific index or to a specific data stream, and you are good to go. Basically, all the data that is getting ingested to that particular index will follow this lifecycle policy. It will retain for 6 days in hot phase, then it will move over to any of the phases that you have selected, maybe frozen, then it will get deleted. Suppose you have a use case of keeping it for a year, then you can keep it in frozen for 365 days, and then it will be deleted.
That's great. So in the interest of time, we'll just take one last question, which is what strategies do you use to optimize query performance in Kibana, especially when dealing with high cardinality fields?
Okay. So for optimizing query performance in Kibana, and especially with high cardinality fields, like you have user ID or IP addresses, you can use mapping optimization or data modeling. But like this is a topic, a really deep topic on its own. We can have efficient like index design. It depends on ILM also, rollover index and force merge optimizations. But yeah, this is a topic on its own. I can quickly share you some documents that will be quick. Let me see. But yeah, overall, efficient index design, data modeling, and mapping optimizations should be there. You can use query optimization as well, or you can use like nice filters before querying. Like if you have a time range and you don't you need to use that data in that time range, you can fix that. Always minimize the time range. Always use the filters that are really useful. You can, like, if you are searching for basically a status code 200, and you just type 200 with quotes in it, it will search that 200 in all of the your data, all of the fields. Instead, provide a nice KQL, like I want status code to be 200, so that will really improve your slow searches.
Okay. Well, we have a lot more questions coming in our chat box, but in the interest of time, I would like to close the Q&A session here. But please feel free to connect with us. I am sending the website, LinkedIn, and email ID in the chat box. So please feel free to connect with us. Connect with us through our website contact page or LinkedIn, or email us. We are more than happy to connect with you and see how we can help you further. Before I go, this was a fantastic session. A huge thank you to Dhruvi and Sarvagya for sharing your insights. And thank you so much to everybody who joined us today. We hope you found this session valuable and you're walking away with new ideas that now you can apply in your workplace. Also, our speakers have prepared a cheat sheet, which we will mail you on the email ID that you have used to register with us, or you can just quickly drop in your email ID in the chat box and we will mail you the cheat sheet. And one last thing, if you are interested in co-hosting a webinar with us, we would love to collaborate. So please reach out to us via our website, LinkedIn, or email. If you'd like to learn more about Hyperflex or Kibana, we are here. Just connect with us. And I have left all the links in the chat box. And one last thing, again, I'm sorry, I said one last thing last time, but in case you have missed this session partly, we will be posting the recording of the session on our website. So don't worry about that. And thank you once again for joining and have a great day.